Welcome to Upticks. I'm Jake Falcon, the founder of Falcon Wealth Advisors and your host of Upticks. Today is our 88th episode, Embracing Uncertainty. Okay, thank you all for tuning in again. As you can see, I'm still doing the show solo. As again, Corey and I are respecting social distancing and we certainly don't want to get each other sick. First, before we dive in today's episode about embracing uncertainty, we hope that all of you and your families are staying healthy and safe during some certainly unprecedented times. But I wanted to talk about what we've all been forced to embrace, which is uncertainty right now. We don't know a lot of things, and for a lot of people, that can drive them crazy, or it certainly creates a lot of anxiety. So before I talk about how you should embrace uncertainty in your portfolio, I want to talk a little bit about personally some things that you can do to maybe help calm some of this anxiety that's been created here. One thing that one of my good teachers and mentors has taught me is to control the controllable, or he uses the acronym CTC. And what that really does is it gives you a different perspective of saying there's only certain things that are in my control and everything else I got to let go, right? But what I can do is I can control wearing a mask or gloves when I go out in public. I can control how often I'm going out to public. I can make sure I'm eating foods that are nutritious and drinking water and getting fresh air on my property. So again, it's just about focusing on the things that we do have control over. And that really, what that does for me at least, it dissipates some of the things that we don't have control over. And ultimately, you got to let the chips fall where they may. So again, we don't know when the pandemic's going to end. We certainly have had some good numbers lately that we've seen some of the curves flattening off. Again, by the time that this video is rolling out to the public, who knows where we're going to be. As of the recording of this show, the stock market, or the S&P 500, is down a little over 10% on the year, which is actually up far more than where we were just a few weeks ago. So volatility is very much here to stay and very much present. So let's talk about what you can control in your portfolio. Well, first and foremost, we recommend for all of our clients that are retired that they have at least, and again, this is at least, 5 years worth of income in bonds or cash. And what this allows you to do is to weather temporary times of volatility like we're experiencing now. So if they're pulling monthly from your account, or weekly or bi-weekly or whatever that may be, you know you're not selling stocks when they're down. So it's very important that you take a look at your portfolio if you're retired, that you have at least 5, ideally 10 years worth of income, not in stocks. We like them to be in lower risk assets, which typically will be investment grade bonds or cash, right? There's always going to be some risk out there, but we like to go with the lower risk, higher quality investments for short-term goals. If you're pre-retirement, so we like to call this someone that's maybe 1 to 10 years out, you just make sure that all of the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, and that your financial plan is still in good order for you to be able to retire on time. And maybe this is an opportunity to make some adjustments just to make sure that everything will be set up when you do choose to retire. And for our younger audience, this is actually a tremendous buying opportunity. Prices are off from all-time highs. Things are on sale. The market's down probably somewhere around 15-20% from its all-time high. Like I said, it's down over 10% on the year. And so you take this as a buying opportunity and buy some individual stocks that you feel confident in, or like I said, if you're working with a fiduciary-minded advisor that can give you some advice. So those are some of the things that you can control. You also can control your spending, right? We can't go anywhere right now. Nobody's going on cruises, or they probably shouldn't be, or taking, vacations. And so maybe this is a time to take a closer look at your budget and see if you are purging money in some areas that maybe you don't need to be spending money on. It's a good time to do a budget analysis in there as well. And then again, like I said, with your portfolio, it's very important that you don't lose sight of the financial plan. I don't want you to get caught up in the day-to-day fluctuations of the market. It's a really good time to also, when you're revisiting that budget, contact your financial advisor. If you have any questions, certainly they can pull up your financial plan and take a look at it. In the end, though, we do have to embrace uncertainty. It's just part of living life. They say that tomorrow is a dream and yesterday is a memory. All we certainly have today is the present moment. So I highly encourage you to enjoy it. as much as you can, to be thankful and express gratitude. And, this too will pass. We've been through some crazy things, events. If you look back through history of 9/11, the financial crisis, the dot-com bubble, there's been some horrible things going on, and humanity has persisted and will overcome it. And we have to trust in our system, trust in our medical professionals. I want to thank every one of our first responders out there, all of the people working at grocery stores and gas stations, keeping the essentials open. It's awesome. We can't thank them enough, and it's been really, really cool seeing those people step up to the plate. It's been awesome. So to leave you with some good things of me personally, what's been going on, as you can see, I'm not a very good salesman. I can't get my wife to cut my hair, so the hair continues to grow. I continue to use product and clean it and make sure that it looks okay, but it's getting a little long for my liking. But hey, if that's the worst thing that I got to worry about, I'll take it. A good show that I found out there, I'm a big fan of The Office, and Jim from The Office, I don't know his real name, I'm embarrassed, I should know that. He came out on Facebook or YouTube, and he has something called Some Good News. I would encourage you to go check it out. It's a very uplifting kind of fake news channel where he's just reporting on good things that are happening around the world, which has been pretty cool to watch. Rachel, my wife, explained it to me last night, and we checked out a couple episodes. So Some Good News. If you go out there on Facebook or YouTube, you can find it pretty quickly because he's getting a ton of views. I wish we got that many views. I'm also taking this as an opportunity to continue to focus on my health, like I talked about, things that I can control. And I'm reading a few good books. I'm reading a book on retirement called Retirement 101. I'm looking forward to sharing that with some clients with some really good tips in that book. I'm reading a book about Jim Simons, one of the best hedge fund investors of all time. It's very fascinating. And I just picked up Ray Dalio's book, Principles, which is, if everyone's seen that one, it's thick. I mean, it looks like a dictionary. He's also one of the best hedge fund managers of all time. So I'm taking this as an opportunity to do some reflecting, taking a deeper dive into finance. That's obviously what I love, that and golf, and of course my wife above that. And so it's been good to spend time with her and everybody else out there that's close to me. Is I guess just really her right now, my dog, Einstein. So with that, I'll stop rambling. Thank you all for tuning in. Remember, it's time to embrace uncertainty. We're going to stay present in the moment. We're going to control what we can control, and this too will pass. We hope you have a great week, and thanks for watching.